Okay, so hi, good afternoon to everyone. Thank you for joining to our webinar today afternoon. My name is Tamás Regensburger. I'm board member in Hungarian Logistics Association, and the topic today is how to simplify and quickly optimize distribution network in order to make the best solutions and save money. Therefore, we have invited ABS Solutions, an innovative software development company specialized for logistics solutions. I'm sure you have heard about Biedronka. Biedronka is the largest retail company in Poland. Biedronka has been using their network Optimum solution for 10 years. And today, during the demo, we will learn how it's working. I really hope that you will find this demo useful. After it, feel free to ask any questions and book a free consultation with ABS. Now, let me introduce Vlada Nesic, who is a CTO, and Nenad Nesic, who is a business development manager of ABS Solution. And Vlada and Nenad, I would like to ask you to start the presentation.
Okay, thanks, Tomasz. I will share my screen. Do you all see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Oh,
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. First, I want to thank you all for your time, but of course, the special thanks goes to Logistics Association for this opportunity. I feel so proud and privileged that you signed up for this webinar. Also, I have to be honest, I have a little stage fright now. There are so many different lectures and webinars or meetups today, and it is quite difficult to choose the right one. I will do my best to not disappoint to you and make you feel that you lost precious time. Before I start, I want to ask you to write down all your questions, and we will answer them at the end. My name is Nenad Nesic, and I work as a business developer in the ABS Solutions company. Next to me is Vladimir. He is our lead tech guy. Now, let me give a brief introduction to our company. We are a custom software development company that provides dedicated groups of highly skilled and creative programmers and engineers. ABS Solution has been operating for 11 years, both in the domestic and international markets. Our area of expertise are web and mobile software development, business intelligence, custom reports, and data science. Over the years, we have specialized in detailed analysis of clients' needs and providing solutions for them. In the last few years, we have been paying special attention for data science projects. In working with most sensitive data, we can provide predictions and optimizations that represent the important competitive advantage on the market. We have huge experience in the implementation of projects, especially for the Western European markets. Network Optimum is just one of our successful projects that I want to present you today. Also, I want to share a few words about software history. It all started when Mazda Automotive Europe needed to optimize its warehouse network. We joined forces with our Belgian partner, who is one of the leaders in the fields of logistics. By combining IT knowledge and extensive domain experience, we were able to meet their needs and determine optimal warehouse position. Then we went a step further. We added a new set of functionalities, new types of warehouses, and as well as the types of logistics costs, and made the software even more complex. Such a solution met high criteria even for a company like Biedronka, which is the largest retail company in Poland. Our successful journey has lasted 10 years. I prepared a presentation and demo as well. In the following minutes, I will do my best to explain how our solution works, for whom it is intended, and hopefully answer some of your questions in advance. So let's start. The question of the number, size, and the location of facilities in a company distribution system is a rather complex issue. A variety of elements make up a distribution mix, and it is necessary to take into account all of these when considering the question of a proper network structure. We have dealt with problems related to logistics and distribution, and we have achieved a good result, which I would like to present to you in the coming minutes. We call this whole concept solve for log, solution for logistics, and we named the application Network Optimum. Network Optimum is a sophisticated solution for finding the optimal warehouse location that provides an answer to where and when to relocate the warehouse as a part of strategic decisions. I want to emphasize that the software is not adapted to operational tasks, but only for strategic decisions. The complexity of sourcing and location decisions is handled by Network Optimum's mathematical model, which establishes the optimum flows and the optimum number of distribution centers to serve a system in order to improve the distribution network and efficiency. For the future explanation in the presentation, I will often use term DC for distribution center. This software is intended for business users who have an extensive distribution network, a huge number of vehicles, as planned as to expand the market and optimizing distribution network. Many do not know to optimize their logistic network or even think that the logistic network is already optimized and doesn't need any adjustment. This is not just about optimization, but also strategic planning and decision making, which can be crucial in the company's future. Our application will allow you to create any scenario you can imagine. Different parameters can be used in each scenario. The capacity of warehouse can be reduced or increased. You can add or subtract some vehicles. You can supply a specific customer from any distribution center you like, and so on, so on. The whole concept is in creating different scenarios and measuring their results. I believe you will admit that it is much cheaper to make a scenario with an application than to make a completely new warehouse, right? By using the network optimum, a fine tuning of the business system is achieved. Costs are reduced as well as increasing competitive advantage. Also, network optimum helps you with positioning the warehouse by selecting optimal location, determine the ideal number of facilities, calculation of transport and warehouse costs, simulate alternative scenarios, estimate the number of required vehicles, and finally, predict your future cost saving based on previous years. With Network Optimum, any company will be enabled to evaluate the existing distribution and logistics operation, as well as to find the optimal solution. By simply uploading your data, the simulation produces a detailed analysis of associated transport, warehousing, and inventory costs, allowing the company to constantly assess and amend its logistics and strategy and operations. This was a general part to understand how application works and what the key benefits are. Now I'm going to show a little demo. First, I want to give you a short introduction. Our company operates in Poland in FMCG industry. We made 3 scenarios that we think will show real application power. 1 for 2025 and 2 for 2026. In 2025, our company has 5 DCs in five warehouses and a quite well-balanced distribution network. Their annual turnover is about 350 million euros and logistics costs are about 10%, meaning about 38 million euros. The important thing is that warehouse can easily support current demand. Now I will show you this on application. I have to switch to application. So give me a sec. Okay. Share. Okay. I'm going to open scenario. Just a sec. We have to log in. Sorry for this little delay. And I'm going open scenario 2025. Okay, open. And we can see all that I mentioned on this table. Here is 5 DCs, 5 in 5 big cities, also five warehouses. We can see here maximum outlets, calculated outlets. We can see maximum throughput measured in pallets and calculated throughput measured in pallets. Also, we can see differences between them. Now we know the system is well balanced because we can add some more. If I press calculate, let me, okay. If I press calculate, okay, we will get global overview of our network. These black, we can notice 5 DCs and 5 big cities. And I suppose you can notice these black dots. These black dots are the optimal location for the warehouse if we are looking for the gravity point. Gravity point is the exact position that would allow us the shortest distance to every outlet. But not everything in the optimal position also should be taken into account. Prices, roads, and traffic, availability to workers, are there enough qualified workers, and so on. So they choose to make 5 big cities, 5 big DCs in 5 big cities. If I click here, show all outlets, and then calculate again, we can see every outlet and DC's range. Also, we can see that one distribution center do not overlap another. Now we will see cost overview. I'm going to scenario result. Okay, and we can see so many parameters: description, name of the scenario, maximum throughput, maximum outlets, and the most important, total costs are 38 million euros. I have to switch to my presentation again. Okay, we could say everything works perfectly, right? However, there is always something in life and businesses that comes up, and they are forced to make some changes and make important decisions. What is this all about? The lease of the warehouse in Krakow expires in 2026. Furthermore, due to some market changes and major sporting event that will happen, our company predicts 10% growth in the southeastern part of the country. It sounds nice, but warehouse in Krakow cannot stand the increase of 10%. That lead us to the following questions: whether to extend the lease in Krakow, whether to increase the capacity of the warehouse in Krakow, or make a new one. What can we do to achieve a projected turnover increase? There are several options for achieving that goal. You should, let's say, play with parameters and try to find the solution that suits you the best. I will show you how it works by using two alternatives. Scenario 2026. In scenario 2026, they decide to cancel the lease and to shut down the distribution center in Krakow. They also decide to open another distribution center that will become the main one for the whole region. Let's see the results of their moves. I have to switch to application again. Okay, now I'm going to open scenario 2026. Okay. Now we have a new warehouse. The warehouse in Krakow is gone. We have a new warehouse. This is 09 in the city Razov. Okay, you can see we increased maximum throughput. We increased maximum number of outlets, and of course we will go to see global network overview. I will zoom in a little bit. Okay. This is a new town. You can see black dot, this is a gravity point. But as you see, gravity point is not in this town. They choose this town because of a highway, and it is decision made in a combination of human and computers factor. I'm going to show you all outlets again. You can see a little bit different situation than in previous scenario, right? And let's see the results of our moves. We are going to scenario result. Okay. We can notice that we made a good result. We increased maximum throughput, we increased maximum number of outlets, and we reduced total cost by 1 million euros. Let me show a little bit different approach. I'm going to switch to my application again. In scenario 2026_1, they decide to cancel the lease, move the old warehouse to a new location in Krakow, and reduce capacity of Krakow warehouse. They also decided to open another distribution center, and we will see the results of their moves. When I click here, I will open scenario 2026_1. Okay. What can we see here? We have old warehouse in Krakow. This is 08. We have new warehouse. This is 09. We increased maximum throughput. We increased maximum number of outlets. I'm going to show you global network overview. Let me zoom in. You have better perspective. We have the same gravity point situation, but now this is not on the same location. The gravity point is moved to another location because Krakow we hold the warehouse in Krakow. Okay, and let's go to scenario result. Scenario result. Okay. We can notice that we made a great result. We increased maximum throughput, we increased maximum number of outlets, and now we reduced total cost by 4 million euros. So let me back to my presentation and summarize the results. We increased the total turnover of goods by 2% in whole Poland. Also, we increased a turnover in the southeast part of the country by 10%, which was our plan, and reduced the total cost by 11%. Sorry. At the end, we saved 4 million euros by using network Optimum. Not bad at all. As I already said, you can play with various parameters and try to improve your network without permanent and expensive activities. Also, you will be able to adapt to any changes that will come in this turbulent time. Thank you for your time. That's all.
Thank you, Nenad. Thank you for the presentation. And I think now, if anybody has a question, please share with us. Okay, I would have one. Could you please share with us few information about the availability of this solution or the application, or if somebody wants to use, what is the steps?
Vlada, would you jump in?
Yep. We are licensing application on a year-based license, and we have a fee that is installation fee. We can set up the application to be used in a various environments. We can use application in Azure Cloud, or we can install it in Azure Cloud, or we can install on on-premises servers that company owns. Regarding the security, then security is in the hands of company that is using software, and we then can, or we need a connection to the application in a case of support or things like those. In a situation when we are hosting this solution on a cloud-based environments like Azure Cloud, Microsoft Azure Cloud, then we are taking full responsibility for security and everything else by using the latest security techniques and standards from Microsoft. Also, then we guarantee for application life, in a sense that it is available 24 hours per day, and so on and so on. So in a case that it is hosted on a directly in company, then they are taking over these security concerns and availability. There is also a third option that we host application in our data center that is not cloud-based. So this is also an option. It is something that we do also, and this is for example, for Biedronka, the model is that they are hosting application in our data center, and we are providing services, availability, security, and everything else for them. Also, we are protecting the data, so we can assure everyone that their data is saved with us and that there are no security breaches. And we didn't encounter any security breach in previous almost 10 years. So that is the answer on the question. Is that detailed enough, or if I skip something, please let me know.
Sorry, I like to ask how you calculate transportation cost in that way. You measure, for example, reverse logistics cost too in that model.
We are calculating we have algorithm that is routing vehicles based upon delivery orders. We know the number and the size of the vehicles also we know the type of goods that they can transport. So we have an algorithm that is doing a routing routine for every warehouse, for every vehicle, and after that, we are taking into account not only the mileage or kilometers that are made in routes, but we also can take into account various parameters, like parameters that are also based per period, or they are related to vehicle itself. Okay.
Thank you. And are you thinking in the full truckloaded or less than full truckload?
We don't know is it a full truckload or not, because our algorithm is taking into account that we never exceed the number or the quantity of goods that can be transported by one vehicle. So we are always lower, or the quantity, how I can say this in English, the load in trucks is never exceeding the maximum value that they can carry.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. Any other question?
If there are no other questions, may I just add some small comments regarding the data also? For successful calculations and usage of software, we are demanding a certain amount of data from the users, that the data is not complex. It represents, from one hand, it represents all points in the logistic network. By this, we mean either real address that we can reversely geocode, or geocode that we can reverse to address, and then by our provider of data we can find out exact distance between two dots in a logistic network. That is from one point. From another point, we need demands or delivery orders, or given by the quantities, products, group of product categories, and we are using the product categories to distinguish which transportation or products can be mixed in one vehicle, because we are recognizing the specific vehicles that can transport, for example, only frozen goods, and then we know that we cannot mix bakery with them. Also, the thing that we need is allocation of every warehouse, let's say the total throughput of the warehouse, and some other stuff that is related to the operational number of days in the year, and so on and so on. Mostly we are basing our scenarios on a certain period in a year, and from experience we know that the best option is to use 2 or 4 weeks as a period that we are using in
Observed.
Yeah, that is observed, because we know that yes, there will be peaks in demand or in a logistic network, but again, the goal is to put those peaks somehow in those 2 or 4 weeks to get a correct overview, and that we are not swollen by the complexity of the data that can be in 1 year period or 2 years period, and so on and so on. So we think that data that we are asking from users is not so, it is complex in a sense that it is not always easy to get, but again, it is not complex like that. That data does not exist. We think that delivery orders, addresses of customers, addresses of warehouses, and similar things already exist somehow in electric form. The thing that we can also help with is pulling out the data from some other databases or softwares, or adapting the data to be imported in our system, and so on.
Okay, thank you very much. Any other question?
Everything is clear.
Yeah, so it will be nice if we can get at least one. So, one more, sorry, one more.
One more. Yeah.
Regarding the demo that Tomasz already said, we are willing and eager to give more detailed demonstrations of software in separate sessions. We can then talk more about the details, problems in certain logistic networks or companies. The thing that is also important for us, that you know that we are dealing with a different optimization techniques. We know how to do a different optimization techniques, either operational or strategic. So if you have any, let's say, need for optimizations or some exercises that can help in optimization of certain part of the network or operation of a warehouse or things like those, we are there for you, and we are willing to hear your problems, and we will try to help you to solve them.
Okay, thank you, Vlada. Maybe any question? Okay, any additional information from AVS side?
No, maybe Nana, do you have something to add?
I don't know what to say
Okay.
else.
Okay.
Okay, then
If
I
you
would
have
like
any
to-
suggestion, question of anything related to this webinar and this topic, you can reach us by the emails. You can write them down. We are more than open for any of your issue that you have related to logistics or anything that is our power to help you. So
Exactly. Thank you. In addition, we also, as a logistic association, we also open to support all members who is interested in this solution. So I just encourage to keep contact and let's get started work if it's interesting. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
thank you.
To all for attending today's webinar, and I wish you good evening and keep in touch. Take care. So thank you again and goodbye.
Thank you. All the best.
Thank
All the
you.
best.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.
Bye.